Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Klockner Stadium, where for the second time since 2004, the University of Virginia Cavaliers will be taking on the Air Force Falcons. I'm William Fauché. Here on the ACC Network, it is a beautiful evening for lacrosse. The sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky. And it's Division I lacrosse, the ACC versus the Southern Conference. Virginia at an advantage, ranked at number 9 in the country by Inside Lacrosse currently. And in the ACC with UVA, UVA is 39-3 against Southern Conference schools. And they're going to look to extend that today, while Air Force looks to beat what has been a dominant UVA team. 4-1 overall on the season currently, only falling to Syracuse. A team that plays fast, a team that plays hard, and a team that is not going to be easy to beat. And as the first faceoff goes, the loose ball scrum is out, and that will go to the long pole for Virginia for just a moment. And as the physicality becomes evident early, it's Air Force who picks up the ball and takes it the other way. James Christian, there's the shot, saved beautifully. For an early introduction for goalkeeper Alex Rode for the University of Virginia Cavaliers. And it is now the Cavaliers who will check things into the box and settle down into some offense. The University of Virginia, 4-1, coming in with an offense that has been second to none this season, all centered around that fast-paced attack. Let's see what they could do up from the midfield. In the 2-3-1 right now. There it goes into the crease. A fantastic look. But not enough to make the completion, and now Air Force is going to have their chance at a clearance. The second of 2 games being played in Klockner Stadium today, where just before at 11, the University of Virginia women's lacrosse team took on Louisville in an ACC matchup and came out victorious with a final score of 13-12, despite a last-second effort by the Cardinals. And now the Cavaliers men team is looking to get it done as well. Moving it back into the box after an unsuccessful clear from the Falcons. Peter Garno holding the ball for the Cavaliers. Now Xander Dixon back to Garno, looking to set something up here. The last substitution in, Garno swinging it around the horn. Peyton Cormier tries it, can't get it. There's the pass, open shot, step down, and a goal! And early, it's the Virginia Cavaliers that strike. Peter Garno does a fantastic job fading off that pass, stepping into just the right spot, and is able to get a good catch, step down, and rip to put the Cavaliers up 1-0 early. Assisted by the freshman Connor Schellenberger. It is no surprise that it is Cormier who is the first to strike for the Cavaliers. He's been fantastic on offense for them all season thus far and throughout his career. The 6'2 sophomore out of Oakville, Ontario, makes an early impact, and with the Cavaliers picking up another face-off win, they'll get their touch in the box and look to set up some more. Schellenberger holding the ball. Mismatch here with the short stick on it. Only a freshman, or redshirt freshman, excuse me, but in the words of Lars Tiffany, the head coach of the Virginia Cavaliers, Schellenberger has been nothing short of an asset for this team. Not only has he been able to develop himself as a scorer as he hangs up the Air Force defense here, but he also has become fantastic at facilitating his teammates, as gets a good pop from the keeper there and now fights for the ground ball. And a little bit of miscommunication here as the Cavaliers letting this ball stay on the ground and are going to have to pay the price for it as the Falcons pick it up and start to get their clear going. A great deflected pass there. Schellenberger still all over it. Cavaliers trying to make a last-ditch effort. The Falcons a little bit frazzled on that clear, and now it's the Cavaliers who will pick it up and settle things down. A lot of back and forth early. Both teams trying to get comfortable, establish a rhythm as that pass easily picked off by the Falcons. And it's the Falcons defense that's being forced to make this clear as they send it over to the near side. Quentin Charlie with the ball. It looks like that ball is incomplete. Now in Cavalier territory, they're going to get the long pulled across, dump it off. And once again, get it back in the box. Getting into a 1-4-1 here at the top. It's the Cavaliers making a good move. Split to the right, the save, but it's tipped off his stick and in. And the Cavaliers going to strike early and strike often. Number 13, excuse me, for the Virginia Cavaliers. Finds the back of the net off the deflected shot here. He was trying to lowball it in on the ground, kind of a worm burner, almost got picked off, but Griffin Harris puts the Cavaliers up 2-0 off an unfortunate error from Braden Host. The goalkeeper for the Falcons, who coming into this game today was boasting a 49.4 save percentage. A little bit of good offense and a little bit of luck. The Cavaliers find themselves up 2-0 early, 10:39 in the first. And it's the Falcons that are still trying to put together a clear. And as they get this one across and move it below GLE, look to settle something and try to get an offensive possession here as they're down 2-0 early. Aiden Tolan with the ball. Now Ethan Grandolfo working a two-man game here. Three Falcons just above the goal. Little two-man game at X, trying to create something in the middle. Well defended. There's the double team. If he can get it, falls off, and a great piece of defense there by the Cavaliers in a successful double team and recovery. And the Falcons are going to have to set it up here with a high pick. Still in their 2-3-1 offense here as they look to make a transition. Attacking now from X with the short stick. Shot is off out left and well defended there by the Cavaliers. Number 34, John Fox. Leaving the Falcons nowhere to go, forcing a bad shot. Now the Cavaliers have possession once more. Looking to leg it himself is number 11, Cade Sawstead. He'll draw the flag. And now the Cavaliers have a free possession. And starting it off for him is number 12, Jack Simmons, moving it around. Dox Aitken with the ball right now. Schellenberger moves it to X. Tried the invert, didn't get anything there. And the Falcons are going to stave off another Cavalier attack. Trying that same spot. There's the low rip, and it's in! A fantastic move there made by who else? Ian Laviano. The 5'8" senior out of New York strikes again for the Cavaliers, and that is a name the Cavaliers fans are all too familiar with. Laviano, one of the powerhouse assets on this offense. And you want to talk offensive depth. It is hard to talk offensive depth without bringing up the University of Virginia. In the words of Lars Tiffany, I pinch myself thinking about the depth that they have on this team. He says that in the rarest of occasions, his greatest challenge now is figuring out how to get everyone on the field and get everyone. The question is, do they have what it takes today? Early lead, 3-0, 8:25 remaining in the first. And as the whistle blows, Coach Bill Wilson going to have to send his team back onto the field. Coach Wilson now in his third season as the head coach of the Air Force Falcons. Took over as the interim head coach in 2019. then assumed the full-time position, though it is only his third season as the head coach. He has been with the academy for 11 years, knows the program, knows the systems, and so far has made a very positive impact on this program. And he tries to help establish that brand with a win today, but with an early 3-0 deficit, the Falcons have some ground to make up. And as they let the long pole over, a dangerous pass into a double team in the middle. They come out unscathed, get a touch in the box, and now look to set up some offense. Here in the stick of number 9, Gianni Orlando, the 6'1" senior out of Castle Rock, Colorado. Now moving it to X. They try a lot of two-man game back here. A little bit of confusion. They get hung up. A great opportunity there. But unfortunately, the shot did not go for number 40, Ethan Grandolfo. Excellent work there playing the two-man game, utilizing a little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of confusion to create a chance. But you got to bury that in the net. They're going to try to get a shot off here. Can't do it. There's the double team. Splits it. And a great move to get to the rack, but a little bit too much off the bounce, and it'll stay Falcon ball. And with a little bit of miscommunication behind on that possession, it looks like we are going to see a timeout taken. And we will be right back with the rest of this Air Force Virginia action. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Klockner Stadium here on the ACC Network. I'm William Fauché. It's the Virginia Cavaliers who have taken an early 3-0 lead against the Falcons, and off a Cavalier timeout and a little bit of confusion for them on the defensive end. It's the Falcons trying to put something together, but a fantastic check there by the Cavaliers. Number 16, Kyle Collegy, gives them back possession and now sets them up for a clearance opportunity. Cavaliers have not struggled with the clear yet today, and it looks like they'll come out unscathed once again and look to set up some offense. Working up from the top corner. Matt Moore, the move, looking to get inside. The pass completed, but not enough to get an opportunity off. Looking to redodge. They go back to Moore. Screen on his left, chooses not to use it. Great look. Schellenberger, open cross crease, couldn't get it. There's the lefty shot. Deflected off the Falcons, fortunate at that. And now they're going to have a chance to clear it. 4 Cavaliers around. Ball is loose on the Cavaliers side, down in the shade, picked up by Moore with the one-handed grab. And the Cavaliers break down another Falcons clearance. And if I'm Coach Bill Wilson for Air Force right now, the clearance has got to be cleaner. We cannot afford to be losing the ball on our own end to create potential fast break situations for a team as talented as Virginia. As they make a move here, there's the left, the shot, the goal! And it's the Cavaliers who strike for the 4th time. A fantastic move there, bringing the stick across the body, beats one, beats two, gets a little step down, and buries it in the back of the net. Jason Rose, a fantastic play from the midfielder, and it was Matt Moore who got the offensive string going to make that possible. And the Cavaliers find themselves in a very advantageous position early. Air Force fires one off in return. A no hesitation shot there on the fast break. Says no pass necessary. I'll just take that one. And a goal for Air Force right off the faceoff. Fires it right back. And Ian Mullins as the Cavaliers grab that faceoff, trying to take it down. Fast break the other way, and they will. Cavaliers send one right back the other way. Petey LaSala says, you do that, I can do that too. The number 17 NCAA ranked faceoff guy, 68-43 coming into the season. Grabs the faceoff, takes it down the field, and buries it in the back of the net. And right now, the Cavaliers look as if they are not to be trifled with. With senior captain, number 28, Jared Connors on the far wing. Number 32, Grayson Salade on the near wing. That one won't go, and it's Air Force who gets a free possession. Moving it around to the horn, Air Force needs to start to establish an offensive rhythm. Their one goal off the fast break is not going to be enough to beat this Cavalier team. Talking to Coach Wilson before, he said that faceoffs are going to be a critical part of the game for them. They want to take 25 defensive stands and turn it into 35 or 40 for Virginia. Wear down the defense, force them to make simple mistakes. As they managed to recover that one, but a beautiful tip on that pass by number 16, Kyle Collegy. Kept his stick in the passing lane and broke up what would have been a dangerous step down. And now the Falcons trying more two-man game from behind. Step down shot. Outside wide. And now the Falcons looking to re-attack. Working the two-man game. Hellman with the ball. Good move. There's the slide, a little bit late on it. It will be no goal off the pipe, and the Cavaliers come up with it. Another defensive stop for the Cavaliers. And back with possession. They leg that one across, and now long pole on long pole, they're going to hand it off. And look to get a touch in the box, starting things up. 3:23 remaining. Now it's the Cavaliers attacking. From the far side of the box, they're going to set it down to X. Moore with the ball, one-on-one from behind. Looks to go up with the right, loses one hand off his stick. There's the turn of the shot. And look at the power that Matt Moore has, just bringing the stick over the top of the Falcon defender. And now as he sets a screen for his freshman counterpart, there's the step down, and it's in. The Cavaliers' offense continues to fire on all cylinders as number 19, Reagan Quinn, the 6'2 senior out of Rockville Center, New York, buries another, and the Cavaliers lead by 5 early. And right now, Coach Bill Wilson needs his team to hold some possession, give the defense a break. They played a lot of defense in this first portion of the game, now down 6-1. Calm, steady, systematic offense. As they now send 2 long poles onto the wing, and still it's Jared Connors who comes up with the ball to Moore, and the Cavaliers back on offense, one-on-one with the short stick. Advantageous for Schellenberger. There's the dump, there's another, and it's in! 1, 2, 3, I'll take that for me. Cavaliers bury another. And it's Dox Aiken on a beautiful one more look there. Cross crease, draw the goalie off his line, and by the time Aiken had the ball there was nobody in between him and the back of the net. And that's just the type of offense that Lars Tiffany is looking for. That's great lacrosse out of the Cavaliers, moving the ball well, not forcing it, and allowing opportunities to come to you. As Air Force will now call. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Klockner Stadium here on the grounds of the University of Virginia. As the sun starts to set over Charlottesville, the shadows grow longer, but the liveliness of this competition has not slowed down. So far, it has been UVA, UVA, UVA. Despite one fast break face-off goal from Air Force, the Cavaliers have been dominant on the offensive end as they almost slip another one in. And with 2:01 here in the first, the Cavaliers lead by 6, and it's Matt Moore with the ball. And really what it's come down to thus far in the game is possession time. The Cavaliers have been absolutely dominant in controlling the pace as they get an open look there. The step down and another. The Cavalier offense cannot be stopped. And for the 8th time already, they will find the back of the net with the shot from number 33, Peter Garno, the 5'11 sophomore out of Haverford, Pennsylvania. And Air Force continues to see what the reigning national champions are all about. An important face-off with them here. You can see Air Force has transitioned to putting 2 long poles on the face-off. A better chance for them to get the ground ball, however, incredibly dangerous, as in a fast break opportunity, they will have a short stick guarding one of the attackmen. It has been Connor Schellenberger. It looks like that has now been changed over to be Peyton Cormier. As Moore looks to get the offense going again for the Hoos. Move off the pick. He's got it on the right side. Helmet flies off his head. There's a late flag. I'm not sure what that will be for. It didn't look like there was a lot of contact, almost that it just popped off on his shoulder. Nonetheless, the flag will be on the academy, and the University of Virginia will have its first man-up opportunity, leading by 7. And it was a slash that was awarded. So 1 minute of man-up time here with 1:04 remaining in the first. Cavaliers swinging it around the horn, getting a feel. Cause the first rotation, and Air Force going to follow them behind. Watch the back corner here. Schellenberger going to try to sneak his way up around, but it's a step-down shot, an absolute laser from up top. And it's number 41, Charlie Bertrand, the transfer from Merrimack College, who has seamlessly integrated himself into the UVA offense and now has integrated himself onto the stat sheet. Leading by 8, Cavaliers on another face-off. And it looks like Air Force is going to transition back to keeping a short stick on the wing on the far side. That's number 26, Sterling Chesker. And the Cavaliers win another. 2 on him. LaSala hanging back. And they're going to give it to Schellenberger up top, who's going to let his substitutions come on and settle up the offense. Aitken holding the ball. 23 seconds. Cavaliers looking to put up their 10th goal in the first. With a short clock, they go to Aitken. Off the screen. Well defended there. It's a whistle, though. And it looks like it's going to be an illegal screen on the Cavaliers. Air Force ball. Air Force, 8 seconds left. looking to get something going fast. 5 seconds. A lot of Cavaliers in front. They get a long step-down shot, not a lot of mustard on it. And as Schellenberger grabbed that and was ready to send it towards the goal, the horn sounds. And at the end of the first, the score, Virginia 9, Air Force 1. And we will be right back with the rest of this action on the ACC network after this. At one long pole, and so far it's the P.D. LaSalle showcase. For Air Force, a monumental face-off here. Trailing by 8, starting to the second. A fresh 15 on the clock, but it's UVA who comes up with the ball once again and will continue to dominate possession time. Settling it in and letting the subs check in as UVA gets his offensive squad out on the field. They move down off the screen. No one in front. There's a great cut. Schellenberger with the rip. A great move from up top, switching to the left hand, but just outside that right post as the Cavaliers look to set something up here in what looks to be some sort of 1-4-1. There's the shot, and it's in. LaSalle gets another. Left wide open by his defender. A quick pass in from Schellenberger, and LaSalle steps in and buries it. 10-1, Cavaliers lead.
Goal for the Cavaliers.
And we said that Coach Lars Tiffany has to pinch himself when he thinks about the depth of his offense. Well, he might be pinching himself right now. The way that they are playing has been spectacular, and they've been absolutely dominant on the field. The question is, can Air Force respond once again? And after his goal, LaSalle gets a break, picked up there by the Cavaliers. It's a fast break. There's a great inside roll off the foot of Host, and he manages to corral that one. And now it's Air Force ball, not out of the thick of it yet. So far, 2 for 6 on clears this game. Air Force has been less than ideal in their clearances, and they're just going to Gilman it down the field. An excellent pass to be completed. And now they're going to get a chance to set up some offense. Ward with the ball. Matsui on him, trying the two-man game from X once again. Haven't had success yet. They try up top, a bad pass there, forces a reset of the offense. Now it's August Johnson attacking Jeff Connor. Connor staves him off, and they'll try from X again, now with the short stick. Orlando trying to get something going. Won't take the inside roll, and they'll go right back behind. And a good hedge there. Pushes the Falcons off their line, trying the roll back. A little bit of a slip up there, looking up top. There's a good move, but strip checked by Jeff Connor. A great defensive play to stop something dangerous, and it's Jared Connors who comes streaking in with the interception. And the Cavalier defense comes up with another clean swipe off the Falcons. And now, unable to remain perfect on their clearance, will have to give it back to Air Force on an unforced turnover.
Timeout, Virginia.
But before we get there, the University of Virginia is going to call a timeout, and we will take a short break. The University of Virginia, it is the UVA offense that continues to fire on all cylinders. Now Air Force on an unforced turnover by the Cavaliers during their clear will get an opportunity to answer. 10-1 is the score. And so far it's been UVA trying a bit of a stack here. It was a great look and a great chance, but the pass couldn't be corralled by the Falcons, and now another turnover has the Cavaliers going the other way. Moore carrying across the top, going to get a touch in the box and send it off to his teammates to allow the substitutions to come in. Dox Aiken up at the top, over to Moore. Aiken and Moore. Trying to put together a little two-man game here. Swinging it around, it's Bertrand. Bertrand gets a little stick to the face mask. They'll call it a brush. Bertrand going to try to re-attack, carrying over with the left. Up top is Aiken. Aiken moves it down low. With the Air Force defense hung, it's Moore slipping it down. A shot, a pass off the pipe. An absolutely phenomenal look by Matt Moore to the opposite pipe. Unfortunately, the finish wasn't there, and now Air Force, a fortunate break and a chance to decrease their deficit. Pump fake there. Cavalier defense absolutely smothering the Falcons right now. Thought about a double team, but decided to hang back. It's Quincy Peen holding the ball as he picks up a long pole. Now back with a two-man game. It's Tommy Hellman, the sophomore out of Connecticut, trying his luck on Ian Laviano, the senior from New York. Laviano stays in front of him, trying to get to his left. And the Cavalier defense remains unfazed. And Dox Aiken still on the field. Looks like he's actually locking off his man as they drive down the right alley. Shot gets off, but not enough. And as Dox Aiken remained on the field, it looks like he was trying to do absolute shutoff coverage and run some 5-on-5 here on the defensive end for the Cavaliers. Trying on Ben Ware. Ware. He's got a half a step on him. There's the step down shot outside. No save necessary, but Air Force will retain possession. O'Rourke. One of the stars for this Air Force team. Forced to give that one up, and now it's the Cavaliers on the clearance. Moving into the middle of the field. Now moving down the right. They're going to hold up for a second. Let things settle down and look to settle up some offense as the shadows grow long in Klockner Stadium. The second of two games played here today. Just before this, the University of Virginia women's lacrosse team coming out victorious over the Louisville Cardinals as the Cavaliers now look inside and look to go 2-0 in the lacrosse world today here on their own home field. As Moore thought about a step down, instead looks across, and what a finish by Charlie Bertrand. Keeps his balance, stays out of the crease, and Moore has hit that cross-field pass twice now, but the first time that they find the back of the net, and the transfer from Merrimack continues to perform at an incredibly high level.
Goal for the Cavaliers by number 41.
11-1. The early lead for Virginia here on their own home turf. And there is just not much that Air Force goalkeeper Host can do to prevent that. A great look. Sticks have got to be in the passing lane there if you're Air Force. That pass cannot be allowed through. By the time that that ball was out of Bertrand's stick, Host was just realizing where it was. A fantastic piece of offense. And it gives the Cavaliers now a double-digit lead in the second. 8:55 remaining. It's Moore with the ball up top. Over to Jeff Connor. Back down to Moore. Air Force trying out a zone here into a 3-3. Watch the Cavaliers to get into a wheel rotation here, just like they tried that pass. Didn't work that time, but as soon as they see an Air Force zone, they're going to get things moving off ball. And right when it looks like Air Force might get another fast break, a beautiful rundown by the Cavaliers settles them up on the offensive end, and a shot saved. A fantastic shot there coming from the shadow, saved by the senior Alex Rode. Rode right now in a particularly difficult position with the sun just making it over the stadium, having right-handed step-down shots come at him from the shade, but drops down, covers the ball, and makes a fantastic play for his team. Now gives them a shot on offense. Cavaliers keeping their heads up, keeping their options open, but with nothing there, they'll settle in. And with that, Air Force going to get into a different, looks like, zone here. As they run into a 2-2-2 zone, trying to protect the middle. There's one more. A quick move and ready to pull the trigger. He's thirsty for another, and that one's just outside the frame. Cavaliers trying their luck again. Stepping down, they go to X. And a big off-ball hit there as a flag is thrown. They're going to whistle and stop play as number 4, Jeff Connor, absolutely thrown to the ground by number 10, Chandler Devaney, excuse me. An off-ball foul on the crease there. It looked as if Connor was trying to make a cut, and as soon as he got in the middle, got absolutely lit up by Devaney. And with it, the Cavaliers will get another offensive opportunity, down by 10 in the second. Air Force cannot allow penalties to get the better of them here. If they want to remain in this game, it is absolutely critical that they keep a level head and stay focused on what they need to do. As Coach Wilson said, they're going to focus on their goals first and what Virginia does second. As a save ricochets off the face mask of host and goes back to the Cavaliers. 7:03 remaining in the first half. Moore looking at that backside again, still wide open. Air Force fortunate to get a late stick on it on a low pass. Matt Moore has his eyes all over that bottom corner as they Falcons now try to put together a clear. Great rundown by Schellenberger, forcing pressure. Schellenberger and Moore get the ball out. It's a one-on-one with the keeper behind. Goes to the right. One hand and a beautiful goal. What a skilled play. A fantastic shot there by Charlie Bertrand. And wow, does he make it look easy. A one-on-one downfield, men behind him, dangles it to the right and just rolls it on in there. The Cavalier offense cannot be stopped. And if you're Air Force right now, it's got to start with possession time. Virginia has controlled the possession almost the entirety of the game thus far. Their defense is getting worn down. As Coach Bill Wilson said, there's a big difference between 25 defensive stands and 35 or 40. And it right now looks like Virginia might be pushing them even higher. But right now an Air Force fast break, a great look, a shot, and a save. A fantastic drop save for Virginia. Alex Rode, back-to-back big saves on the defensive end, and now it's the Cavaliers going down the other way. Trying a fast break. There's the pick off the long pole. And it's a shot from way up top, step down from Dox Aiken. Cavaliers managed to keep possession of it. 12-1. Cavaliers lead. 5:58 remaining in the first half. And this is a very different Cavalier team, the one that was seen 2 games ago at Syracuse. They're playing with composure, playing with poise, and playing with a tenacity that few teams have met this season as they've tried to find that back corner in Schellenberger, but that time Air Force was ready for it. A great play by Carlisle, the junior from New York, to break that one up. Air Force gets that clear across midfield. And now for the next 5:22, the Falcons must focus on possession. They need to give their defense a breather, get them through the first half of play so that they can head into the locker room and evaluate what needs to be done to try to push up in this second half. But first and foremost, possession time is absolutely critical. The Falcons going to start way up at midfield, trying the downhill dodge with the right hand. Didn't get the shot off with enough angle, forced to send it behind, re-attacking with the two-man game. Nothing there for it for Kraus. Kraus forced to pass it off. Now they'll re-dodge from up top. It's O'Rook. O'Rook fires one off and finds. No surprise for it to come from number 23, Matthew O'Rook, the senior from Sewanee, Georgia. Has been absolutely phenomenal for Air Force thus far. He's been a leader on the team. He's helped set the tone offensively and defensively, and has rarely missed a beat as he finds the back of the net there to decrease the Cavalier lead to 10. And an important face-off here for the Academy. Sending a long pole onto the face-off this time. Won't work for him as Petey LaSala scoops it up with ease. He's got one in front of him, rolls by another. He's got the defense spinning, and now he's got his team settling in on the offensive end. Peter Garneau over to Moore. Garneau going to let the rest of his team check in here. Moore sweeping. Goes to Cormier. Cormier up top with a short stick. The attackman with a clear mismatch now. Can he utilize it? Gets a little bit of contact to the head. See how they're already ready with the early slide. And once again trying to pin that back corner a little bit low on that pass, and Schellenberger couldn't get there. And now trying their clear, the University of Virginia bench getting rowdy for their team. And they go long over. Virginia attackman forcing a hard ride. The ball's loose on the ground and will stay in the hands of the University of Virginia. Potential 3-on-2 here. Schellenberger moves it. They go again. Carries it to the left, and it's a behind the back. A fantastic finish as the Cavaliers continue to bury it. And just like that, Charlie Bertrand's got himself a hat trick. And if you had not heard the name Charlie Bertrand before, it is one that NCAA lacrosse fans are going to hear a lot this coming season. Transferred from Merrimack, his fourth goal. The transfer from Merrimack has stepped in and seamlessly integrated himself into Lars Tiffany's program and with his teammates. He's earned their respect through his hard work, through his discipline, through his dedication, and obviously with his level of play. Such a skilled and talented athlete, and he's demonstrated it. 4 goals, 2 of them trick shots already. How much trickier can he get? Now to Moore, attacking from the side. 2 screens with him. Carries up top, a little bit of loft on that pass. As the Cavaliers fake the inside pass. Now Moore. Attacking from up top, he's got options. Watch the backside corner with Schellenberger. Particularly if it gets up to Moore, he might try to creep this corner. You can see him looking for it right there. Moore fires one off. And it's Schellenberger who's back to just go pick it up and start again. Falls deep off the screen. The step down shot. High bounce outside to the left. Won't go. Now a third chance opportunity. Back to Schellenberger. Meeting him at GLE. Moore trying to make something happen. Well defended there by Greinberg. There's the worm burner of a shot. Little hop on it. Outside, and the Cavaliers hold possession with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And as the shot clock horn sounds, possession turned over to the Falcons. 2:04 remaining in the first half, score 13-2. And as the bench gets loud for the Cavaliers, it means it's time for another ride. They've been very effective in their ride thus far. Largely thanks to the hustle of Moore Schellenberger. And now the Academy getting a chance to set it up on the offensive end, looking to make a mark and get to 3 before the end of the half. A minute and a half remaining, 49 seconds on the shot clock. Grandolfo trying from X, but defended incredibly well by Saustad. Now trying from up top. Merle gets beat. Falcons forcing their way in, but that pass is tipped, blocked, pushed out, and the Falcons are going to have to reset. Great tip there by Jack Peel to disrupt the dodge. Jared Connors, true as ever from up top. There's a trail check and a big-time hit to stop Air Force, and just when it looked like Jared Connors was off to the races, a whistle's going to be blown and brought back off a big-time hit. Dished out on that dodge. No penalty awarded. 43 seconds. Air Force trying to find their third. Good move there, trying to get some movement. Tries the inside, now met with a double team, and the Cavaliers recover incredibly well from that double. Send the slide again. Tipped up pass. And there's the quick dump, but it's all sticks in the passing lane. And as that rundown goes, a fantastic hustle play from Saustad, and it's Virginia ball. 2 tip passes and then a good chase down to give possession back. And that shows you why it is so important to keep your stick in the passing lane. 2 phenomenal looks by Air Force, 2 high percentage shots that would have come if UVA had not had their heads on a swivel and their sticks high in the passing lane to disrupt those opportunities. And as the horn sounds, the first half of play will come to a close here as the University. He was consistent, he was a vocal leader, and made several big saves to keep the Cavaliers in the position that they are now, and replacing him after a fantastic first half of play is number 48, as the Cavaliers grab that face-off and go the other way. They're going to settle it down with Schellenberger, who will get a touch and pull it up top. But Alex Rode, the 6'1 senior out of Maryland, has done a fantastic job being a vocal leader on defense. Many times when you're a goalie and you see this much offensive possession, it is difficult to have it come back on the other side and stay mentally sharp. He has not missed a single beat. He was a vocal leader. He was a performance leader, and he has helped get the Cavaliers to where they are right now. As we check back in on the offense, 13-2, make it 14-2. We check back in at the right time as Jeff Connor buries another one. The 6-foot junior out of Pennsylvania finds the back of the net, and the Cavaliers lead by 12 early at the start of the second half. As the shadows grow longer, the excitement has not dulled, as the Cavaliers putting on a showcase of what they can do offensively. And excuse me, Alex Rode did remain in the game at the start of the second half. They did begin warm-ups for other goalies, so Virginia could see a substitution as we head later into the game. But right now, checking into the face-off battle, it comes back to the Cavaliers' defensive end. A great grab there by Ecology. And now it's the Cavaliers who give it back to Rode for another clearance. Into the middle of the field, played off well there, catching a couple of bodies. But with some help from a teammate, the Cavaliers now are going to have to find themselves in a fast break. 2 checks, 3 checks. The ball is loose up in the air and into the stick of Charlie Bertrand, who has been second to none. 4 goals on the day already, now making an impact in transition with a scrappy ground ball. And as that pass is missed, it falls back to the Academy defenders who have struggled to clear all day. They won't get that one, and it's Moore. Moore in a 3-on-2, 1-on-1. Schellenberger, 2 in front of him to Moore. Moore can't corral the pass and is going to have to fight for the ground ball against Sam Ewing. Moore gets past him. Head up, 2 on him. Cavaliers have options. They go up top. And it looks like after taking a look around, they're going to opt to settle. And the Cavalier offense continues to rock, roll, in control in the ride and offense game. Can they make it 15? Swinging it around to Moore. Moore has the defense hung up. Quick shot off the stick, popped way up into the air, and is going to fall at the feet of Ewing, who picks it up but has it checked out. Now 2 in front on this clearance, and it looks like Quincy Peen's going to leg this one over for the Academy. Opportunity here. 1 man up. There's the low shot. Tries to go high to low, but sails out of bounds. And thanks to the effort of August Johnson, Air Force is going to get some possession time. 12:05 remaining in the third. 14-2. An important moment for Air Force to make a statement as they go back to X. Trying the 2-man game once again, opts away from the pick. Sawstead tries to stay on him. Great cut there, but a bad shot to the outside. Ricochets off the stick of Rode. Way to drop down onto it. An opportunity and a shot more than Air Force has seen recently. And with that whistle, it will be a University of Virginia timeout. They pick up their 14th and now lead by 12 here in Klockner Stadium as the shadows grow long in the night with 11:32 remaining in the third quarter. It's been offensive excellence, it's been defensive poise, and so far it's been all UVA in Klockner Stadium. Air Force trying to settle things down. And they get a shot off there, one of the longer possessions that they've seen this game. And now they're going to try to attack from X. Haven't seen much success, but haven't transitioned to try to attack from up top. As Jared Connors peppers the hands of August Johnson. And now the Cavaliers force the double team. Ball's on the ground and picked up. A great scoop there for the Cavaliers. Kyle Collegy, who will give it back to Alex Rode. And it's the Cavaliers making another clearance. And look at how easy they make it. It's all about spacing. All of those guys have set up that clear. They go straight to their spots so that they're able to react fast enough and create the opportunity for fast break. But then also, in the settled clear, come out completely unscathed. That was a great play by the Virginia defense in their clearance. Stocks Aiken takes it over to the top with the right. Laviano thought about that one. Now in his left, he takes the screen from Aiken, moves it over. Cavaliers trying to get downhill. They go back to Moore. Moore gets them hung. There's the step down shot off the stick of the Falcons, and it's Moore's ball at X. Short pass there, falls down. Aiken gonna try it again, screen to the left. Left-handed shot, just outside that right post. And with 18 left on the shot clock, it's Moore. Sam Ewing playing him softly at GLE. Air Force would rather get hung up and have to balance out as opposed to take on Matt Moore solo at X. And now they have a chance to clear off an unforced Cavalier turnover. Moving it over. And that ball's dropped in the sunlight. A very difficult ball to grab with all the shadows coming over the field. Would not be surprised to see an increase in drop passes as these shadows now almost eclipse the field. As Chris Merle hands that one off. And now it's the Cavaliers setting things up. Schellenberger inverted up top with a short stick. Now off the screen, options in the middle. 2-3-1 offense still as the primary for Virginia here. They move it back up, now trying to swing it across up top. Bobbled the pass a little bit, so couldn't get it off, and now they'll reset. Schellenberger on the invert, short stick on him. Moves it to Moore. Moore also has a short stick. Drop pass there, recovered well, and the Cavaliers stay composed on offense. 30 on the shot clock. Step down shot, step down goal. Jeff Connor picks up his second of the evening. And so far, that has been a sweet spot for the Virginia Cavalier offense. That 7-yard step-down shot right off the right side. They get their right hands free, and there is very, very little that Host can do about that for Air Force. A well-placed, off-hip shot gives the Cavaliers a 15-2 lead here with 8:39 remaining in the third quarter. Cavaliers fighting in the ground ball for it. Looked like they had it. Possession was released. However, the ball was loose after, and now Air Force is on it. And a good move there by Dox Aiken, as he'll now leg it up into the box. And just look at the way that the Cavaliers swarm every ground ball. That's what's made them so effective thus far, is that they have not slowed down. They have not made any ground ball easy for Air Force. And like we said at the beginning of the game, it's all about keeping your foot on the gas. And so far, the University of Virginia has done just that. Now Air Force looking to answer. .67 on the shot clock, 7:58 on the game clock here in the third quarter at Klockner Stadium. In only the second time that these two teams have met since 2004. Last year it was a 15-5 victory in favor of the Cavaliers. And it looks like this one might eclipse it as a long shot bounces right up into the stick for an easy grab for Alex Rode. Tries the long, clear, fast break. Matt Moore steps up to help out. He'll come up with the ground ball, and now it's the Cavaliers. Open opportunities. They move it down. Met with a stick check. They had a 3-on-3, and now it's Schellenberger settling things up top. Xander Dixon moves it. Schellenberger. Garno. He's got a pick on his right, sends it to X. Matt Moore. Surveying his options, a great cut, a great quick stick, but an even better save made by Braden Host. Cavaliers trying their luck again. Matt Moore gets them hung. They try to pitch inside. Can't get it. A great high stick in the passing lane there from the Air Force defense, but a loose ball push will have the ball staying with the Cavaliers. And if you're Coach Bill Wilson right now, you are okay with the loose ball push. You would rather see your team fighting hard, being tenacious, trying to get after every ground ball just like they do there, and now trying to make something of it. It's a fast break. 4-on-3 coming down, one trailing. There's the quick shot. He's on the ground, and the shot is out wide, but Air Force will keep possession. A little bit slow to get up as there was definitely some physical contact. O'Rourke came flying down the field, the senior from Sewanee, Georgia. And as nobody picked him up, forced to take the shot and take the hit with him. But as he steps over to the alley, it looks like he'll be okay, and Air Force will be setting up the offensive possession. Looking to set something up here. Excuse me, and it will be a slash on 13 White as he steps into the penalty box for 1 minute. That's Griffin Harris, who came down on O'Rourke during the fast break. And now the Academy's first man-up opportunity, and the first time we have seen the Cavaliers man down thus far. A big opportunity for Air Force to make a statement here. Cavaliers continuing to be aggressive. Long slide there, gets the shot off, but a great save by Alex Rode gives it right back to the Cavaliers. And Air Force continuing to drop back into a zone here with their attackman. It works for him that time, though. Nobody in goal. Rode trying to be a big body, but a missed shot off the pipe. It won't go. A massive open net opportunity. Rode did a great job staying low, backpedaling, and forcing Air Force to make an error. That's a great play by the senior keeper. Air Force trying to get something going, loses that ball. Now Jared Connors. Connors, an incredible athlete with himself, takes on two men, gets brought to the ground, still has the ball. Now coming down the backside is Aiken. Aiken trying to get open. There's a step-down shot, and Schellenberger. An absolute missile of a step-down shot, wide open, undefended, and it's the Cavaliers. Absolutely dominating the Academy, 16-2 with 5:11 remaining. And it looks like this one might eclipse last year's win. And Connor Schellenberger, the redshirt freshman from Charlottesville, Virginia, fires that one into the back of the net, and Schellenberger has been an asset for this team all season. Coach Tiffany notes that he's played incredibly well, not only because he manages to score for himself, but because he's become so much better at facilitating offense for other people. His presence down behind the goal has become such a nuisance for other teams with how quick and sneaky that he is, that he has allowed other players on his team to be open for opportunities and to give those to them. And Coach Tiffany couldn't be more happy with what he's seen from the redshirt freshman as he picks up the 16th goal for the Who's there. Now trying to continue to attack. They go back to Schellenberger. Pushes around the right side, one on him. Not a lot of pressure. There's more. Step down off the post. Looked like that was destined for the top right corner. But out of bounds, the whistle will blow, and it looks like the ball will go to Air Force on their own attacking half. And you can see up on the hill on the far side, limited fans allowed to be in attendance at Klockner Stadium today. Friends and family and staff members allowed in the stadium to enjoy this beautiful Charlottesville day. And some great Division I lacrosse in the second of two games that have been played here today with the University of Virginia women's lacrosse team grabbing a win over the Louisville Cardinals, and now the men look to do the same. And the Cavalier defense continues to be absolutely stout against the Air Force two-man game from behind as that ball misses frame and goes out the back. They've communicated through the picks. They've hedged through the picks. A miscommunication there, but look at this recovery. There's the two slide, a little bit too much on it, but Air Force fires one into the back of the net, and that'll make it 16-3. The commentator's curse gets the better of the Cavaliers there. Now leading by 13 in an absolute rocket of a shot there by number 40, Ethan Grandolfo, the 5'7" sophomore out of Connecticut. A great young player with a great career ahead of him, and somebody that Coach Bill Wilson has been really impressed with and how he stepped into his role on this team. As that face-off is loose on the ground, still inside the circle. Both teams fighting for it. Air Force has the advantage. They managed to get a hold of it, but the Cavaliers pop it out. The box is released. And now it's the Cavaliers fighting for possession up at midfield. Out of bounds, and Air Force ball. And an unusual sight there to see number 41, Charlie Bertrand, get muscled off the ball at 6'3" and 220. That is not an easy body to move. Credit to the Air Force defenders to make that play. Now can they make something of it as they long ball it down, trying to find Chad Tereski down at attack, but too much on it. They give it right back to the Cavaliers. 2:41 remaining in the third quarter. And now it's the Cavaliers carrying it over. As a former long stick midi myself, love to see the long poles getting some offensive action. We'll see if they can find something on the fast break. Right now, it's Schellenberger up top, met with a short stick. Mismatch here, will they try to use it? Up top, Schellenberger with the left. Aiken steps in, bounce shot, little short on the bounce, and it goes out the backside, but Bertrand gives it right back to the Hoos. Now Bertrand takes a couple of light checks to the arm, now over to Aiken. Aiken gets a screen, there's a two-screen split. Over, Moore throws a body around, trying to keep possession for the Hoos. They get it to the goalie, Schellenberger picks it off. And a great check there by Brandon Host to get the ball out of the stick of Colin Schellenberger in what would have been almost a guaranteed goal for the Cavaliers. Great play by the goalkeeper, and he's going to have to make another. Matt Moore with the ball. Aiken with the left. Over, there it is. Schellenberger drops that pass, a fantastic one more look there from number 41, Charlie Bertrand, who slipped up top. And now the Cavaliers get back into their ride. Matt Moore meeting the ball. They go right back over to the other side, and it's Schellenberger heading up to midfield with him. And it's containment right here. The three attackmen for UVA are doing such a good job as that ball is out and long with the keeper out on goal trying to get a long ball in. The UVA attackmen do such a good job using their positioning to force the defensemen to stay low. They have very rarely let the defensemen long poles move up past the restraining line because of the way that they use each other and rotate to keep the clear down. They forced Gilmans out of Air Force, and so far it's worked in their favor. 34 seconds. Game clock under shot clock. As the third quarter comes to a close, UVA trying to find their 17th. 25, it's Aiken. He's got Bertrand. Aiken takes a big right-handed shot. Just barely went outside the goal, and now 18.6 seconds left. Cavaliers taking it from X. It's Xander Dixon. Goes up top to Aiken. Dixon gets that pass tipped. 9 seconds. UVA going to give it a third try. Looking for goal 17. Under 10. Schellenberger with the ball. One on him. And a timely check there by the Falcons' defense forces that pass out of bounds. And with 2.3 seconds left, they'll have to inbound the ball on their own side. That one hits the ground. They walk it up. And as the horn sounds, at the end of the third quarter, your score is 16-3. As UVA's offense continues to roll, we will be right back with the fourth quarter action here on the ACC Lacrosse action. But in speaking with Lars Tiffany this week, what makes being a Division I athlete so special is your ability to impact the community outside of the sport. UVA does this through their Cultural Thursdays. Today, both teams are participating in a program called Beads of Courage, where this week UVA players all carried a bead during practice with them that will be given to a young man and cancer warrior, David Alexander, along with a personal note of encouragement to let him know that he is not in this fight alone. Both the UVA and Air Force coaches are wearing a bead today in solidarity and honor of David. The Beads of Courage program is at UVA Children's Hospital and over 300 hospitals around the world. And I know for Lars Tiffany particularly, speaking to him before the game this week, so much of what he feels is important about his job is developing these young men as charactered, upstanding men, as well as lacrosse players. And it's initiatives such as this that excite him and give him the opportunity to reach out to the greater Charlottesville community. And the Cavaliers have certainly had it pay off for them as these men of character now lead the Air Force Academy 16-3 with 13:57 remaining in this game. A big shot there just outside the left post, and now it's the Cavaliers on the clearance, legging it down. Moving with great pace. They could have a fast break opportunity here. Long pole to long pole. And now looking for options. They'll high ball it up and get a safe clearance. Over to Sterling Chesker. Chesker. Now swinging the ball around the horn as UVA settles into their fourth quarter offense. They've been dominant in possession time and dominant on the scoreboard. Will they continue it for one more quarter? Moving around up top, trying to get something going. And there it is. The Cavaliers find goal number 17. And it's number 18, Patrick McIntosh, who fires and finds and gives the Cavaliers a 14-goal lead early in the fourth quarter. And nothing short of frustration for Falcon goalie Brandon Host right now. And with that, the Cavaliers going to get a false start on the face-off and another free possession, an unforced error. Cost the Falcons another opportunity. Seeing some new faces here. It's Jack Simmons, number 12 with the ball in the bottom left of your screen. Simmons moving down the right alley. Sends it over to X. Will Corey moves that one a little bit soft on the pass, but well protected by the Cavalier back line. But it will be a turnover nonetheless, and Air Force will carry the ball over midfield and look to generate. As number 30, Jono Isler, runs down the field to take up the D-mid. Isler sizing up his opponent up top. The sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia, graduate of the Westminster schools. Now steps in. There's the slide. Well played. A great save there made by the Cavaliers, and now picking it up in the scrum. Looking for something. Isler had it, pushed out, and now the Cavaliers have it once more. And Bobby Gavin, the backup goalie, heads it over to Isler. Isler, he's got it in the right. Gets through the double team, a push there, no whistle though, and now Air Force going the other way. And excuse me, a late whistle drawn by Jono Isler will give the Cavaliers possession at midfield. A scrappy player with a lot of heart, a lot of passion, and a lot of love for the game. That's a name that you could hear a lot in the coming years of Virginia lacrosse. Cavaliers leading by 14, looking to attack again. Down the right they go to X. Paul Rodriguez slips it over, now carrying around up top. Simmons looking to dodge again. This time he carries with the left. Now Quinn back to Simmons. Thought about the step down, wasn't there. And there's a big one, and it will. Goal number 18 for Reagan Quinn, the senior from Rockville Center, New York. Fires one off from up top and buries it in the back of the net. A 15-point lead here for the University of Virginia. And with 11:01 remaining, it'll be another face-off in this Cavalier-dominated game. Loose ball, the Falcons trying to get it out. Both teams covering at it, no one willing to scoop through, that is, until Ryan Pride, who comes up with that ground ball, sends it back, and now it's the Cavaliers setting up some clearance. Bobby Gavin, the backup goalie, meets some pressure but handles it well, and now the Cavaliers have it across midfield. Continuing to display success. 51 seconds on the shot clock. 10:19 remaining. Will Corey with the ball, met with some pressure. Corey and Maher trying to get something going here with the two-man game on the near side. They send it long, but that pass is dropped by Connell Kumar. Kumar tries to go with the left, slings it around. Rodriguez fires and misses near. But the Cavaliers manage to retain possession. Coming in from X, a fresh 80 on the shot clock. 9:46 remaining. Rodriguez carries with the right, moves it over. Air Force back. And that worm burner of a shot rolls out the backside. Will stay here thanks to the efforts of Rodriguez on the baseline. And the Cavaliers remaining patient, remaining composed. The Falcons trying out their 3-3 zone again. Didn't find much success with it earlier. Now forcing a double team. Ball still being held. Ball was not knocked loose from Patrick McIntosh's stick, but a ward called on him, and the Falcons going the other way. But that pass could not be corralled by number 5, Aiden Tolan, the 6'3 freshman from Denver, Colorado. Excuse me, from Annapolis. Now the Cavaliers tiptoe that one over the midfield line. Find themselves back on the offensive end. Continuing to dominate possession time and the scoreboard. As the Cavaliers get some substitutions in here. Rodriguez up top. Cavaliers in the 2-3-1. The right-handed dodge staved off by the Falcon zone. Now back to X. Will Corey swings it around to Rodriguez. Rodriguez in the right. Moves to the left, gets it back to Corey. Corey trying to generate. Rodriguez fires one off. Deflected, and it'll trickle its way out of bounds and give the Cavaliers a fresh shot clock with 7:49 remaining. Corey by himself at X. Cavaliers taking their time for the best opportunity as they lead by 15. Rodriguez goes back to Corey. Corey with the left has that pass tipped. He's got one on his back, but he's going to let it roll out untouched, and it will be Virginia ball. Excuse me. And after some miscommunication there for the second time from the officials, it will be Virginia ball. Will Corey at X. James Chastain in front of him, the freshman from Pennsylvania. Corey has that one stripped on the ground. That's a yard sale for one Cavalier, but a flag is up on the off ball. And it's going to be a slash called on James Chastain for knocking the stick out of number 36, Mikey Harmeyer's hands. And Chastain's going to find himself in the penalty box for one of the 7 remaining minutes in this game.
1 minute penalty. Virginia will have
Shot clock at 80. Will Corey with the ball up top. Man up opportunity. Moving the ball in, we're looking at a different man-up unit than we did in the first period. As they find the backside, dump it in, and a fantastic play. Will Corey keeps his head up, has the vision, and helps number 8, Danny Parker, bury one. Excuse me, number 18, Patrick McIntosh, bury one in the back of the net. And you love to see the underclassmen getting involved. McIntosh, a freshman out of Palo Alto, California, buries one in the back of the net, and with it, a timeout, where it has been an absolute showcase of what the University of Virginia can do on the field. Score of 19-3. The Cavaliers have spread their goal scoring over a number of scorers, and now look to close out the final 6:49 in this game as the sun sets over Charlottesville and over us here in JPJ on the ACC Network. We thank you for joining us this evening for this Division I lacrosse matchup. As the Cavaliers look to get this clearance into safe territory, they'll leg it over. Diving in, not picked up yet, but finding an open attacker. And now the Cavaliers setting up their offense once again. 45 on the shot clock, 6:08 on the game clock. Paul Rodriguez with the ball. Moves it to Corey. Corey over to Maher. Back to Corey. Good move with his left. Has a little bit of room to work. There's the inside roll. Finds a look. There's the shot. There's the goal. Corey picks up a quick second assist. And it's number 50, Connell Kumar, who buries it in the back of the net. And the Cavalier offense continues to fire on all cylinders with a 20-point game with 5:46 remaining.
number 15, Mike Cristobino with the assist. Correction, assist on number 14, Will Corey.
Falcons continuing to only use one long pole on the face-off. They made a transition to 2 in the second quarter, didn't find much success, particularly when being forced to short one of the many talented attackmen that Virginia has. And now the Virginia offense might get a chance to showcase something else, moving it down quickly. Instead, it's Will Corey who decides to pull it out and settle it down. Moves it over to Meyer. Rodriguez up top. A pelt back to Rodriguez. Now back to Mayer. As that pass gets tipped, the Cavaliers have to be careful here to remain mobile on offense. They cannot allow themselves to get complacent. This is a great opportunity to get some other guys some reps and to see some things in real game speed. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some new sets or formations here as we head into the final 4:37. Rodriguez behind the goal with it. Calling for it was Mayer. He was ready to lock and load with the left. Instead, the pass is outside, and the Cavaliers reset. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the shot clock will ring, giving the Falcons a free possession here. 4:21 remaining, trailing by 17. A strong clearance there by the Falcons. Might have something to do with it here, but a great defensive stop, strips the stick, strips the ball. Cavaliers trying to go the other way. Couple bodies on the ground, no whistle yet. Ball still loose. But a final late whistle will award possession to the Falcons off a UVA loose ball push. Air Force looking to put something together from X here to close out this game. 3:23 remaining. A good move there. There's the pass. Dodges one stick check. Can't dodge the second. Didn't get the shot off fast enough. A good ground ball there, though. Keeps it alive. Chase Douglas fighting hard for possession right now. Ball popped out. Cavaliers trying to keep it in, but the whistle blows, and it looks like it will be Air Force ball. .258, 25 on the shot clock. Attacking from X is Douglas. They move it up. Cavaliers are all over it. The one more pass couldn't get controlled. And with a whistle, it looks like we are going to have a penalty called on Virginia. It will be on number 15.
Penalty on
Mike Prestopino.
15, Mike Prestopino. 1 minute.
And so the Cavalier man down unit will be on the field. It's an opportunity for the Falcons to try something out with their man up unit. Moving the ball well here. Watch the back corner creep as they pinch in, looking for that cross field pass that UVA hit several times. And they get it there, and they bounce it low, and the shot is in. Executed to perfection. And the man-up unit for the Falcons buries one in the back of the net to make it 4-20 with 2:30 remaining.
From number 4, Quincy Peen. We're all even on the field.
A difficult position to be put in for David Russell, the sophomore goalie out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Excuse me. And now that face-off and a loose ball scrum picked up by the Falcons, 2:23 remaining. Trying to continue their momentum. Cavalier defense might get some different looks here, trying to get the substitutions on. 5 in position. Air Force trying to get one more on. And the Cavaliers get their final D-midi on in Isler. And Air Force brings in Chase Douglas. Douglas on Isler, puts it in his left. Trying the invert, Isler behind. Defended well, forced the long pass, couldn't be corralled. The Cavaliers recover well, and a couple ferocious stick tech knocked that ball loose. And the Falcons forced to reset again. Douglas with Isler in front of him. Isler taunting him with the stick. Isler gets low on the hips, gives him nothing. Falcons still trying to generate. 15 on the shot clock, 1:19 in the game. Trying to find number 5. Another short stick invert, doesn't go there. The step down shot bounces high up over, and rolling out of bounds, it looks like it's gonna be a ground ball scrum. Isler trying to push for it. Isler, he's got a touch on it, stays in, and a loose ball push. Oh, excuse me, the penalty was on the Cavaliers, and it will be Air Force ball, though Isler found himself on the ground. Isler meeting him at X. GLE trying to get the high side. Good stick check there, but a little bit too much. The flag is down, and it will be a slash on Isler. 37 seconds remaining, 55 on the shot clock. 31 seconds. They go up top, but the ball's on the ground. Cavaliers trying to run it down to initiate the penalty, 24 seconds. Instead, Air Force tries to pick it up, pops it up, over and back, and the penalty will be awarded to number 30, John O. Isler, for a slash. Right idea to try to get over the head of the Falcon attacker, but a little bit too aggressive and not enough room. Gives him the slash and lands him in the penalty box for 1 minute as Coach Tiffany giving him a couple pointers for the sophomore. Originally committed to the football team, and after a spectacular senior season of lacrosse, got into talks with Lars Tiffany, ended up stepping away from football and joining the lacrosse team as a D-mid. And he's got a bright future ahead of him, as with the rest of the Cavalier team, trying to come up with this ground ball, but the final horn will sound. A little bit of extracurricular contact there at midfield getting broken up by the officials. But at the end of 4 quarters and a beautiful day in Charlottesville, it's the Virginia Cavaliers that come out on top with a final score of 20-4. And what could be described as nothing short of a showcase of what this top 10